What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Luke Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And a quick reminder to play Abzu and Tales from Borderlands, both offered for free on PlayStation Plus right now. You can get them right fucking now for free if you pay for it, so it's kind of free. Play those throughout the month. We're going to do the exact same thing. Come back to the end of the month. We'll talk about them on Plus Club. Do the same. Come back. Let us know what you thought of them. And our game of the month is Dungeons & Defenders 2, which is free to play on PC and not free to play on everything else. Play that. We're going to do the same, hopefully. It's a third person action loot tower defense. So if you're into that, who cares? Play it. But with that, we got 5 bits of news. Well, technically 5. Let's get into it. You're going first. Bring it in, Chevy. I'm all over the place. I'm caffeinated.
Rainbow Six Siege is going through a multi-stage update process called Operation Health. It has 3 pillars. The first one is technological improvements, which includes one-step matchmaking for simplified and faster flow, 100% server-based features, including dedicated voice and party system and less errors for players, more reliability, and faster servers, higher tick rate, and improved hit registration. The second pillar is new development process. It's 3 steps: deployment for new tech features, gradual deployment, TTS to PC to console for a more efficient quality control, on and off switch, ability to roll back faster to previous systems in case of an emergency. And the third pillar is bug fix. Does that say sprints? Mm-hmm. Sprints. So being able to report bugs by the community. What do you guys think about them not only still supporting the game, but taking steps to actually change the backstage process of the game?
I think it's really interesting that they say that they're making a hard push in the technological improvements in the game, because I guess the game is doing really well. I think it's cool. I'm glad that obviously they keep adding content, which is what everybody wants. But them improving the technology, the servers, all stuff like that, shows that they're in it for the long term. They want this game to run well as be fun. I think it's cool. I'm glad the game was successful enough for them to benefit from it, but also for them to go, we're going to make this game even better and better and better. I think it's awesome.
It's kind of weird sounding to me because it's something I'd expect out of MMOs and faux MMOs, but not out of
a first-person shooter.
Just a console shooter. So this is pretty impressive, actually. They absolutely didn't have to do this in any ways. Like, they sold the game, they've gone through a year of DLC, and obviously they've decided that they want to keep this community alive, which is, we've said it before, I love this push that you're seeing from AAA developers with console games of actually wanting to keep your games alive longer. So this is super impressive. I'd love to see other people take initiative like this too.
The one thing about this too that gets me excited is they're working on faster servers and faster matchmaking. That might not sound like a big deal, but everybody hates waiting. But when you're playing an FPS, you're so in it that between matches you don't want to wait a long time. That downtime can make you want to stop playing. I've been waiting for 5 minutes. I'll take a break. And the faster they can get you back in the game, the longer you're gonna stay there. And not all games are Call of Duty. Not all games can get you in a game in 3 seconds. So seeing anybody striving to make that a faster process is awesome.
I'm really glad they're still supporting this game. It's actually one of the few FPSs that I enjoy playing, just because of the variety of characters and whatnot. But I think a lot more companies could benefit from doing similar models of business. Just continue supporting your games, and they'll work better in the long run because of it. And you'll see more revenue eventually because of it too. I just really wish this was our game of the month right now.
Yeah, that's still on our list, right?
Yep, I've been waiting for it to pop.
Yeah, I've been I got a 4 terabyte hard drive for my PS4 now, so I guess I should download it again, because I'm looking for a reason to play it. One of the big reasons is I don't have fucking space for it. One more thing about this whole topic that's kind of cool is the way the game's set up, the way it's meant for multiplayer only. they don't need to necessarily make a sequel anytime soon,
Right.
in my opinion. I don't need a Siege 2 just because the core game's there and all the things about it I like are already there. They just need to keep adding stability like they're doing now and more maps, stuff like that. I mean, the only thing they can really do with the Siege 2 is, add a storyline mode, and I don't even care about that. The game's not really built in a way that I really need. Unless they had like a co-op mode. That'd be cool. Like with hostages, shit like that, but the game already offers that, so...
Hypothetically speaking, if they did make a Siege 2, it would be more of like, I would hope it would be more like different characters that have different like play styles. Because I think a game like that becomes kind of like clogged when you add too many characters that have two different variations of styles to it. It just becomes too much.
They've added a lot, too.
But, I mean, that's just hypothetical stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, any last thoughts?
Nope.
I kind of threw in my last thought there real quick. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Second bit of news, Alan Wake is leaving Steam and other stores soon. Long story short, their licenses for all the music in the Alan Wake games has run out. So they can't sell the game anymore with all the songs. They said it'd be too much of a process to patch those out of the game. So they're taking it down. They are looking into renewing the licenses. So they don't know if the game's going to be gone forever. But as of right now, as of recording, I think it's down. Or by the time this comes out,
I'm pretty sure it's down already.
it's going to be gone. It was $3, so you missed out because the game's great. And $3 is really fucking too low for how good that game is. But yeah, if you're already on the game, you'll still be able to access it. You'll still be able to download it because you already purchased it when the license was still active. But yeah, they're working on it. They're going to try and bring it back. What do you guys think about kind of a very unique situation? I haven't really heard of something like this happening with a game before. And did you play Alan Wake?
Did not play Alan Wake. And as far as like the situation goes, I don't blame Quantum for this at all, but or not Quantum, Remedy. But it seems really silly to me to make a game and to like have a time limit license on music. I don't understand why you wouldn't just like be able to get the rights for the game. Like this, like you said, this is a weird situation. I've never heard of this happening before. I mean, I imagine it has, but this is the first time I've heard of it, and it just seems really, I don't know, silly to me. Like, I don't know, it's more that making things services and not ownable crap. I'm not really into it. So
Well, I don't know if I'd say it's silly. I don't know how common this is. I don't know how long. I mean, if games do license songs out, I mean, they've only been putting like actual songs in games for like, I don't know, like 20 years maybe at most. So like maybe people license them out for a long time. We don't know. Maybe they're not actually just bought, but sometimes they are. I don't know. This is something I've never thought about before. It's really interesting that they would essentially kind of rent the license to these songs for what, like 10 years? I don't know how long that game's been out. I don't even think it's been 10 years.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's kind of a weird plan for them to be like, well, hopefully no one plays this game in 5 years.
Right.
It took us 10 years to make, and that ruined the sales of the game. The game's fantastic too, but yeah, they took so long developing that game. And they're like, fucking, let's spend 10 years building this game, and then they got 3 years to play it. Like, it's a really weird. I don't get
3 years
that.
to play it, but they got 3 years to buy it.
Yeah.
Because you can still play it if you own it.
You guys waited for it, now you better fucking get it while it's good.
Get it
'cause
while
it's
you
going.
can.
It's going.
The other reason, like, I feel like, that I say it's silly is that stuff like this, though they were really smart to do that sale to get that product out there, but when the game becomes unavailable, it just becomes a target for piracy instead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
I didn't think about that.
No one's benefiting at that point. You know what I mean? So I don't know, except for the person getting.
Maybe
the
that's
game.
one of the reasons they're really, aside from being good to the customers, trying to get those licenses back.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just weird to think that they have to pay for those licenses again on a game that they already developed. Like, it seems like a waste of money for them to have to do that twice.
No, absolutely.
It's so weird.
So
I'm like confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played it, but
It's really fucking good, and it's got Nick Cave's song in it, so that's good.
it's a weird concept that they didn't buy an extended license. It almost sounds like they didn't do it just like thinking about the whole situation, that they weren't confident the game would sell or last long enough. So they didn't bother with buying an extended license for this kind of stuff. I've never heard of this before. This is so weird.
And hopefully, if they do re-up those licenses, maybe just go like you'll get a cut of the royalties at this point over a $3 game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's so weird.
So weird.
I don't know what to think of it as outside of it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That the game's going away for hopefully a little bit. Hopefully it's not gone forever. That would be really shitty.
I don't know the list of the songs that are in the game that need royalty rights to them, but like if you bought the rights to these royalties from someone who was relatively unheard of back in the day and now they're really popular, that's going to be really expensive now. It's a big cut you're looking at.
Well, I'd mentioned, I mean, they have some pretty high profile songs in that game. I mean, you'll beat a chapter, and at the end of every chapter, it'll go into a song that thematically goes with what just happened in that chapter. It's really well done. But one of the songs, which is my favorite song by Nick Cave, plays, I think, on like chapter 3 or chapter 4. And Nick Cave, he's big here, but like he's fucking huge across the world. So, I mean, he's high profile. So, I mean, they got big names already. And one of the bands that in the game is a fake band was actually a real band in real life. I don't know if they've grown or not. I forgot the name of the band. But yeah, their price would probably go up with popularity. Or if they didn't go anywhere, they might just be like, dude, please fucking just keep it in there, man. We're not doing too well. Overall, though, it's a really weird situation. Hopefully they fix it quickly. Hopefully they want to fix it quickly. I mean, hopefully they're not just like, well, it's an old game at this point. Fuck it. But that's weird. Any last thoughts? All right. Good.
So Square Enix has decided to let go of IO Interactive after a $42 million loss in the financial year of that ended March 31st, 2017. They said to maximize player satisfaction. Can't get my words out, sorry. As well as market potential going forward, we are focused on resources and energies on key franchises and studios. As a result, the company has regrettably decided to withdraw from the business of IO Interactive, a wholly owned subsidiary and a Danish corporation, as of March 31st. So, they're known for making Hitman, and Kane Lynch. So, I think that was also part of the problem. They didn't really have a lot of games coming out. But how do you guys feel about essentially that this might be the end of this company if they don't get bought by someone?
This isn't surprising me at all. Square Enix just had record sales in this last year, which makes sense for them because they've released a bunch of high-profile games that did really well. Good for them. It's awesome. We could talk about that for days. But with that, they're only looking at the potential of making their company better again, and IO is dragging them down. Which sucks because I really, really, really love the Hitman series. But as a Hitman fan, the last two are not hitting it. They're not hitting it, man. Yeah, the one that came up for the recent one was awful. I hated it.
The episodic one?
It was no, that's the newest one. The one before that, it was more like a single. Well, they're all single player, but it was more of a like linear, story-driven Hitman, and all Hitmans have always been like not open world, but like the levels are open to do whatever the hell you want, any way you want. Mm-hmm. And they kind of just made it more like walk down this hallway, something cool's gonna happen. I'm like, that's not Hitman. So that kind of killed it for me. Then the episodic one I hear is fun, but the episodic thing is the thing that turned it off for me. I'm a Hitman fan, so I mean, if I'm not buying it, you guys definitely aren't fucking buying it. So I feel like they've kind of lost their way, and I don't even know if that's Square's fault or their fault. I don't know if the bad leadership, whatever the fuck's going on. Kane Lynch didn't do well either. I like Kane Lynch a lot, but I understand why people wouldn't be into it. So yeah, they're just not making good decisions. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think someone's gonna buy them.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be really weird because most people who play games have at least heard of Hitman. Mm-hmm. So it's a pretty big name to just disappear.
There's 2 movies.
Yeah.
Man, so
I mean,
they're awful.
Someone's gonna end up buying them. I'm sure that's going to also result in people getting shifted around within the company and stuff like that, and they'll probably get there'll be a huge like redirection, I'm sure, in the way they do business at that point. But it sounds like Square just isn't interested in trying to do that. But like they said, they're really just kind of focusing on things they have right now because it's working again.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, this is the company that was pissed off that Tomb Raider didn't make the amount of money they wanted to make. Mm-hmm. It was successful. It made them money, but they're like, it didn't make what we wanted. So with that mentality, I can see them going, IO, you're not making money at all. You're losing money.
Yeah.
So if they're pissed that a game that's successful isn't making enough money for them, they're definitely going to be fucking trying to sell it. They're selling them off. They're fucking, someone give us money for this. We don't want this. Who wants to buy my dog?
It doesn't matter how many times I hear it. It always surprises me that Square Enix has a play in making the Hitman games. Every time I'm like, what? They make that? No.
Maybe they own
Tomb Raider too.
It's so weird.
Oh.
It's just weird to me. It's not a Square Enix-esque game to me, personally.
It's an IDOS game.
It is.
Yeah, whatever. Semantics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you were saying, like a while ago, Square Enix was in a big like kerfuffle. Like they were losing a lot of money. They started making some quality games, and so they're kind of back into the game of trying to make that money back again. And it doesn't surprise me from a business standpoint. I mean, if my business lost, how much was it? $42 million? Yeah. I'd be pissed. Oh my god, I'd be so angry.
Well, it's also kind of funny too because it's a company that's taken two huge risks in the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 14 was really expensive to reboot, and Final Fantasy 15 was a huge development cycle. So I don't think they want to do that anymore.
Well, and that might be a factor too. Is they already their company already was like in a risky area for a while there.
Yeah.
And that's their fault. I was pissed at them during that time, and they fucking got what they deserved, but they have made efforts to fix that.
Yep.
But I don't think they want to fucking even gamble with that again.
No, they're going to keep it safe for a while, I think.
Yeah. They're going to keep doing the fan service stuff, which is fine. As long as they're not making shit games, I don't care. And, apparently just cutting the fat, which is Hitman episodic.
No, it's just typical business, though.
As bad as it sounds, I'm kind of alleviated knowing that they're cutting the fat like this, because they're making Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I think that's what they're really trying to focus on, because everybody knows, and we talked about this multiple times before, but if they fuck it up, they're done. Like, that's it. You're out. Game over.
Yeah.
No Phoenix Downs for you.
No, they already got theirs. They already used their last Phoenix Down. Yeah, this only sucks for me just because if it doesn't get bought, no more Hitman for me, which sucks. Yeah. I still like to hope that they haven't gone the Sonic route yet and completely fucked Hitman. So I was hoping for a good one to come back out. The episodic one's supposed to be pretty good, and it sucks for everybody who did buy the episodic game because I guess the second season of it is in jeopardy, which makes sense because no one's funding it. So
Right.
who the hell's gonna make it? But it sucks. And
Solid Snake go to the Olympics. It's coming.
Don't involve. Wow, that's fucking dead too.
Uh-huh.
That got depressing.
Watch Konami buy it and then make a Hitman pachinko machine.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Dude. I was actually gonna start speculating. I think EA.
Hitman phone game.
No, stop. I don't want to think about this. I think EA could potentially buy it. Activision not so much, just because they are only interested in making disgusting amounts of money. So
I would say Activision
maybe Ubisoft.
hasn't.
Hitman's always kind of felt like an Ubisoft game to me.
Activision doesn't gamble very often, and they tried twice recently, and it didn't work either time.
They don't gamble at all. They fucking make money and then crash that fucking plane to the ground until it stops making money.
Well, they tried fixing the Tony Hawk plane, that didn't work, and then they tried fixing. What was the other
Dude,
one?
they
Rock
did
Band?
that sneaky. That they should buy Hitman because they're stealthy as fuck. They just released fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 28 or wherever the hell out of nowhere, and it was awful. No one liked it.
Hitman table tennis.
Yeah. That's not the code. That's not working. No more table tennis unless it's westerns.
That's the full glory of it. He will be in a western.
Okay, last bit of news. Yeah, so Project Scorpio, the next Xbox is going to be coming out. There are dev kits that have been released, and we actually didn't talk about it too much when it first came out, but there is a screen on the front of the dev kit that shows the frames per second, which is kind of interesting because this thing is a development kit, so it's made for people who are looking into how the technology works and developing things for it. So seeing that's kind of interesting. But it's been released recently on Twitter that that screen is actually fully programmable. And you can change the font, you can do a bunch of random stuff, but it also plays video. There's a video of 12 dolphins all swimming around, and I guess you can play anything you want on there. Really, what do you guys think about, essentially, if this thing were to come out, would you want that screen to be there? And does that seem appealing to you? Do you not care? Do you think this is going to stick around?
So, right off the bat, it reminds me of a PC. Because, I mean, PC cases have had those kind of, like, screens on them before where you can check your temperatures, your frames per second and shit like that. But also, even, like, you know, your mouse, for example, has a little screen on the side of it, too. I mean, this is just nothing new in that regard.
It's like a shitty CD player from the 90s.
It's not that bad.
Look at that shit. It's all blue. What the fuck do I need that for?
Well, I got your opinion on that.
So,
It's fine.
I don't need it at all. I do think it's kind of neat. The little stuff like that's always appreciated. The only concern I have, obviously, is that the Xbox, Project Scorpio, is already. They keep saying it's going to be a premium console. Premium console is going to have a premium price tag. That's adding to the price.
Yeah.
And it is, at the end of the day, it's unnecessary. So.
I think it's unnecessary, but so is the console itself.
Sure.
I feel like you're buying this thing to have a premium console. Something that you can be like, oh, this thing's dope. And I think it is kind of dope that you have a console sitting there that could actively be playing videos and doing shit. Like, that's something people are going to notice.
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to stay there because I feel like that's just kind of there for the development or whatever. And the dolphins is kind of like someone threw it on there like, haha, look at that. But I think it'd be cool if they kept it. It'd be cool if you could customize it. I know you're saying that it's low quality or whatever, which I agree it's low quality. I don't think it's that low quality, but it's still low quality. But I have a mouse that has a pixelated thing on the side that's customizable. It's not great looking, but it's still neat that I can be like, oh, I drew a little picture on the side. Something like that, having something, have something like Master Chief. You can download maybe themes for your Xbox that come with videos too. When it's sitting idle or when you're playing or whatever, you maybe load into a thing and it might like say like the name of the chapter you're playing or whatever right there. There'd be a bunch of cool stuff you can do with that.
Just one more thing I need to distract me from looking at the game I'm playing.
I liked the VMU on the Dreamcast, so I like gimmicky shit like that. As long as it's not like a fucking one of those little wheels that are really popular right now.
Fidget spinners.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't come with that on the fucking controller or something.
One, like I said, I do think it's neat. I just don't think it's necessary. That doesn't mean it doesn't need to be on there. I just obviously being practical about someone going out and buying a console. That's something people. That's not a console selling feature. That's literally an extra. It's
really I'm a bizarre person.
All I think of is used car salesman when I see this. It's a premium console.
Well, the premium console is what's
power.
Inside it.
It's
Yeah.
got this shitty little screen on the front of it to distract you.
What do you want them to add another $300 price tag and put like an OLED screen there though?
I'd rather not have a screen there at all.
I own a keyboard that has fucking colors just constantly fluctuating through it, and when I press keys, the waves come out. Do I need that? Fuck no. Sure. Do I love it? Do I need it? Yes. I need more LEDs. I like that shit. I like this aesthetic stuff. So if that was an RGB fucking screen that did a bunch of weird shit, even if it's just colors, I would buy it for that. I'm that fucking guy.
Yeah, I'm not quite there.
I want my whole house to be fucking a techno fucking rave show.
If it really
I want dolphins fucking swimming around while I'm watching TV.
I mean, if it really did have interactivity with the games and stuff, though, it's neat.
That's what I'm saying.
Appreciate that. It's not going to make me want it more. What would make me interested in it, which is
games.
Well, yes, games, but is the power part. Mm-hmm. Like it is a more powerful console, and that is appealing. As someone who likes to upgrade his PC and stuff. So overall, it's neat. I hope it stays. But by looking at the screen, I doubt it adds that much. But my whole point was it does add, though.
Well, in the FPS counter, though, I mean, you could obviously add that just to the game itself. But I think it is neat if it's just external and you're playing. You know, Call of Duty purports that it's like, this is 60 frames per second, fucking always. And you're playing and you look at that and be like, they're right. Like, that's just PC shit. That's stuff I'm already used to on PC. So, yeah, for me, I'm like, that's cool. I mean, I'm joking about, like, this the selling point for me, but I still think
as long as it doesn't do what like Korean free-to-play MMOs do, and it's like every like couple hours, like, hey, you've been playing for an hour, you should take a break.
Smoking's bad for you.
They're just gonna play ads on it. You know that, right?
Well, that's
Well, if it did that, I'm not for it at all.
It's gonna happen.
Well, that'd be. I was gonna say that'd be fucking annoying, but the games already stop you mid game, and they're like, "All right, buy this."
Yeah, it's just gonna be another way of them to flash ads to you.
What if it had table tennis?
I don't like table tennis.
Well, you seem very awfully obsessed with it for not liking it.
I know, right? It's funny. It's like a meme at this point.
Yeah, you with that, and Josh with Dark Souls.
Dark Souls table tennis.
I was about to say.
Yes.
It's coming. I'm gonna draw a poster for the back. It's gonna be fucking Dark Souls table tennis.
Yes. Just flails.
Broadswords. Get hit with a ball and you die instantly.
As much smack as I'm talking about this, overall, it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. I mean, it's whatever, really. It's.
I know. I liked your fucking reaction watching the video of it.
It did remind me of an old car stereo from the 90s, where you're like, oh, look at me and my sweet little.
I love that though.
Screensavers.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
But seeing frames per second or like crucial data on like how your console's running would be nice. I mean, I could even see things for like, I don't know, FPS people who have, gamer tags. You can see like the gamer tag of the last person who killed you or the last person you killed pop up and and like a little like screen. Like,
oh, that'd be dope if it had the KD on there.
Yeah,
or shooting
KDA and stuff like that. Just little things like that. Don't go the route of like the Wii U where you had like crucial information that had to be looked upon by the fucking screen that's doing
I
this
doubt
shit.
that would be on the console. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
But
no, I think aesthetically it'd be neat though, just to have those extras.
I mean, the main thing I think of really is like for Halo, you could put Cortana on there. She talks to you. You just have her talking on that little screen.
That'd be cool. That would be. I mean, they already have Cortana as like a Siri thing anyway. On
she's
like
on my damn computer.
Oh, she's on my laptop right here. So that'd be kind of cool if she was actually in that console. Yeah. Any last thoughts on that?
Put it all the way around the console.
That'd be dope. That's a console seller.
I would buy that.
That's a console seller.
Then you have to
have the dolphins swimming all around the fucking
You
thing.
could just customize the whole console.
Times Square.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Someone would put a stock ticker on there.
It says, "Get wrecked, noob." Pwned.
You know someone's just going to put porn on it.
Of course.
Why not? Just have something to be proud of right in your living room. Mm-hmm. Last thing to talk about is not really news, but something that's kind of interesting. Xbox released a thing about people who use it. They did a survey of over 2,000 people just to see who their demographic is, who plays Xbox. It's easy to imagine it's a pretty diverse group, but it's actually pretty diverse. So let's look at some statistics real quick. So 58% of people who play Xbox are men, 42% are women. That already is kind of cool in my opinion, because that shows that it's not even like mostly men play games. Like that's almost 50-50. That's fucking close.
Which is what a lot of like gamers would like you to believe, is that most games are played by exclusively by men.
Yeah.
Not even just gamers. Most of society wants you to believe that games are played primarily by males. And the statistics here show, at least with Xbox, it's almost 50-50.
Yeah, and the Xbox, I would say, it's like the most like bro masculine fucking console out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. Age demographics, I mean, 28% of people playing are 25 to 34, which makes sense because that's my demographic. It's our demographic. Mm-hmm. We grew up with this. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense we would dominate that. I think it's interesting that 6% is 55 to 65-year-olds.
That's our boss right there.
That's not surprising to me at all, actually. They're using game consoles more and more in retirement homes to help them keep social and active.
They have vibes. And we should do this for the tasty or fucking loot chest. This is discussion shit. But yeah, 23%, 35 to 44. So I mean, still a little older than our demographic, and then of course younger people. But I mean, like 10% is 13 to 17. So I mean, they're playing it less than the people who grew up with it. That'll probably grow with time. They're probably, hopefully, outside playing, getting fucking air.
None of my kids are allowed to play games that I'm watching them.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
That's interesting. Household living arrangement, 23% is live at home with your parents. Makes sense.
Pizza rolls.
45% live with their spouses. So that shows that almost 50% of people playing this are living,
Married.
They're married and on their own.
Good for you.
Oh, weird. I think it's crazy that almost half of their player base are married people.
Yeah. Well, that's our demographic, though.
Sure.
It's really interesting. I didn't think that we would be dominating it so much. I think it's interesting, though, to note that 0% of people, their living arrangement is living at school.
It's probably less than 1% then.
Well, it's hard to play games online at schools because the school's internet is way more restricted.
Well, I wonder if they're talking about, like, college.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
Okay.
College campus, like, internet systems are way restrictive on how the consoles can act through them, so like they just don't bother.
Well, even the number though, I don't think could be high, just because there's significantly less people at college at present versus people who just exist outside of it. So
True.
Just 0%'s fucking really low.
I'm sure it's a point something. They just didn't.
Yeah,
they just round it
they're
down.
being lazy. Microsoft. Live with unmarried partner, 11%, and live with roommates, 5%, which is lower than I thought. Live alone, 10%. I'm actually surprised that's higher than the roommate one.
Me too.
Household income, it seems like the averages, 21% and 21% are both $50,000 to $75,000 and $75,000 to $100,000 annual income, which is actually kind of surprising. It seems like people who play Xbox are people in their 30s who are married and are middle class.
Yep.
So that's really interesting.
Well, depending on what part of the country you're in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of these people are probably fucking rich somewhere else. Let's see. So when it comes to socializing, 53% of all users are. Most multiplayer time is about 17 hours a week. 53% of people have 4 times more friends than average. So, I mean, how's that more than average then if they're 53%? And yeah, they're more likely to have Xbox.
Live Gold.
Live Gold, yeah. Let's see. 49% of all users play an average of 15 titles a year. I play way more than that.
It wouldn't last long with us.
Yeah. I don't know what CLV is.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
And 31% of all users have gamer scores that are 2 times higher than other users, and have higher tenure of 37 months or more, and multiplayer time 14 hours a week, which is quite a bit. Makes sense. A lot of Call of Duty players on Xbox. They should be playing on PS4 though, because they got a better controller. Fight me on it.
So a lot of married people, men and women, in our age group, playing shooters, screaming at each other about how they fucked their mom.
Yeah, how sad is that? And then they did this thing where they asked people what they identify as a gamer as, and it's kind of interesting. So Idler, which the picture is kind of like cards, so probably more passive games, about 9% of people. 13%, they say that they're an expert. Contenders, 9%, people who are more competitive. Connectors, people who are doing it for social reasons, 13%. Soloist, 14%, people who like to play by themselves. Downtimer, I mean, I'd probably fit into that category too, because I play a lot of times, so I'm just like, I got nothing going on. 8%. Thinker, 14%, which is a lot higher than I would think, because what the fuck are they playing on Xbox that they got to think about?
They're lying.
Puzzler, 11%. Again, what games are they playing? Tetris, I don't know if that's on there. And I think I skipped one. Oh yeah, Companion, 9%, which is probably people who are playing with their friends. So it seems pretty across the board, almost even. It seems pretty diverse.
I'm a little blown away that more people play by themselves than with their friends, though.
That's what kind of blew my mind too, but that also might speak on what games are offered on Xbox One.
No, for sure, because the only reason I ever turn mine on is to play co-op.
This also shows that the gamers are pretty arrogant about themselves. 30% expert, 14% thinker. I'm expert. I'm an expert at these games.
Oh, dude, I'm an expert though. I'm with these guys. And thinker. I'm a thinker. I'm all this though. That's how arrogant I am. I'm the omni class. I'm the ultimate gamer, guys. I'm the best. It only took me like 9 tries to beat the last boss on Neo. It's because I'm an expert. Yeah, really interesting stats though. Any last thoughts on Xbox's diverse group of people?
No, actually doesn't surprise me at all.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the only one that did surprise me was the married couple part, and the actually seeing how many like how even the sexes were for playing. That was a bit of a surprise as well. But mostly speaking towards the console and not like people playing games though.
Yeah.
I'll say you go on Twitch and you'll see. So, but
It's true.
I like this kind of stuff anyways. I mean, I periodically, Steam will be like, hey, we, take the, the survey for us, and I do it every time, and then I always go like check and see the Steam statistics because it's interesting. So,
well, that's my whole thing too. Is I think it's really interesting. I already knew there's a lot of female gamers. I know plenty of them, and I play a lot of online games with people I don't know. There's a lot of girls playing a lot of FPSs and shit too. So, but the number is higher than I thought. I thought it'd be in the 30% area, 30, 38 area. And that was high for me. So to see it's almost even, it's really cool. It's awesome to see everybody's enjoying. That's why I always say, people are like, you like video games? I'm like, who the fuck are you? What rock did you crawl out of? Because everyone plays them. Yeah. And yeah, the being married and making decent money, is interesting to me because I figured it'd be a lot of younger living at home or with roommate people.
Yeah.
So.
The sociologist and psychologist in me is really curious to see a little more broader spectrum. This is like, PC bullshit. But like, I'd be curious to see how many people who play that are part of what we call like the gamers, GAYMERS. So anybody who's in the LGBTQ plus community are fit into this category because, the gender binary that they use. Not everybody fits into that. Don't get up my ass about that unless you really want to.
That's an open invite, everybody. Hit them up at fucking tasty_fruit.
Just like, I'm just really curious as how broad that demographic really is.
That'd be interesting to look up, though.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in the stats, too, because I'm super into all
just
that
like,
stuff,
what gender people who play video games feel like they fit into, what their sexuality is. I mean, even ethnicities would be really interesting to see, like, the demographics of who are actually playing these games.
Yeah, definitely. I always like stats, though, like, no matter what it is, and it's the whole psychology and sociology stuff. With me, I'm just like, numbers, fucking, and then, where they're coming from, is it reputable, all that kind of shit. But really interesting. Kind of cool they did that. I'd like to see one for Sony as well. It'd be kind of cool to see and compare the two. But yeah, let us know in the comments. What do you think about those demographics? What do you think about anything else we talked about? What do you think about anything? Fucking tell me how your day went. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of Taste Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out my streams on the channel. If you miss them, they are uploaded always, unless we get like 9 fucking copyright claims, and then they just take the video down because I showed the ending of Neo. I'm sorry. And I won't do it again. Yeah, I will. Fuck you. Yeah, check Chris out on Twitch, tasty_fruit. Josh doesn't have a Twitch because I never remember it. And
Josh.
That's not a thing. And yeah, my name's Seth, guys.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Have a good week. And until the next episode, which should be Friday, take it easy.